Hi, this presentation is on cloud storage and particularly how it's used in public education, especially at the school and district level. So when I was initially doing the research for this, I was looking for ways that teachers could use cloud storage in their classroom. But I found out that it's not really something that's most useful at the classroom level. It's more at the district level for storage of information. So basically, what cloud storage is when information is stored in local pools and it's hosted at multiple physical locations. For example, where the actual information is warehoused, it's going to be in different locations so that if there was ever a natural disaster or something else happened, then all the information wouldn't be lost. And it's the responsibility of the host to protect that information. For example, Microsoft has the cloud storage. Some of the advantages of the cloud storage, especially for schools, is that you pay for the usage. So you don't have to have the upfront cost for infrastructure, and the more information you use, the more you pay. If you use less, you don't pay as much. It also gives home access to students if they have projects that they've saved in school on the computer, and then they can access that at home. Some of the disadvantages, however, is that it has what we call a big surface attack area, and that means that the data moves frequently. It moves from the local level to the wider area network, which is referred to as the WAN as opposed to the LAN, and that means that there are more people involved, which means there's more opportunity for the information to be compromised. It's also very dependent on the company that you're using. For example, if Microsoft were to go bankrupt, the information would be gone. The contract doesn't mean anything if the company no longer exists. So a lot of information could be gone very quickly depending on what company is being used and how that company is faring overall. For cloud usage specifically in schools, public schools use them for a variety of sources, such as the ones listed here. One of particular concern is student guidance. When I read student guidance, that made me think of IEPs and other very sensitive information, which is potentially being stored with other third-party vendors. So that leaves a wide range of possibilities for the information to be compromised. Some specific concerns with the cloud is that the districts surrender control of the information I just mentioned. 95% of districts use some form of cloud storage. However, out of the service agreements, a law study revealed that less than 25% of those agreements specify when the information can be disclosed or why student information can be disclosed, leaving it really at the discretion of the vendor. Additionally, out of those contracts that were analyzed, less than 7% of them restricted the sale of student information by the vendors, which you can imagine leaves a lot of room for issues. Additionally, those contracts, a lot of them allowed vendors to change the terms without any notice whatsoever. So a school district like Miami-Dade can be using a particular service and they would have no idea that the terms of the contract have completely changed. But as that study indicated, a lot of the contracts really haven't caught up to the actual digital storage. So it seems as though the laws are really lagging behind the technology, and that puts a lot of student information at risk. Additionally, it causes concerns with FERPA because many of those contracts do not inform the parents of cloud storage and how it's being used and how the student information is really available to a number of different people. Finally, another concern is that the vendors, whoever is doing the cloud storage, can retain that information indefinitely in most of the contracts that were analyzed. So that student information is basically theirs to do with what they please. So when you consider the benefits of cloud storage in education, it can really be a money saver because you don't have the physical infrastructure and you're not constantly having to update so that you can hold more data as your population grows. However, it seems as though the laws haven't really caught up with this storage, so while it is very advantageous, it also leaves a lot of room for concern. So really, it's up to the individual school districts to see how they'd like to proceed with cloud storage.